So, hi everyone, good morning. So, I'm very happy to be here once again to present a new episode of EveryWoman TV, the channel that has been created to help women in business. EveryWoman TV has been created purposely to help women promote their business and present their business and services or products to a larger audience or a global audience. On the show with me today, as usual, I have my three guests who are Amanda Conkle, Sheila Balgobin, and Rachel Claire Farnsworth. So you are very welcome. I'm happy to have you join us on today's episode. Just a brief about last week. Amanda Conkle talked about the universe map. Rachel spoke about healing the inner child, while Sheila Balgobin talked about the essences that help you to go to sleep soundly. So let's find out what my three guests each want to share with us today on the show. I'm coming to you first. Amanda, once again, you're welcome to EveryWoman TV. Last week, you spoke about the universe map, and on today's show, you want to talk about the golden chalice. Usually, people will be referring to the vessel that our Lord Jesus Christ used to serve at the table during the Last Supper. So you want to talk about the golden chalice. I'm just curious. I'm sure like everybody else. So I want to know if you're referring to the same version or you have your own version about what the golden chalice is. So please, from what angle are you talking to us today about the golden chalice?
Thank you, Carol, very much for that question. And it's great to use the starting point here of speaking about the Holy Grail, the vessel that Jesus uses to serve wine at the Last Supper. So we're going to take a little bit of a different slant on it today. We're going to focus on women and women's bodies. So women that were born and assigned female at birth have wombs. And these wombs are used as a place of birth, like literally, right? So giving birth to other human beings, the birthing process, the nurturing over 9 months, that's like the literal function, right, of the womb. However, the womb has power in and of itself. We call it the golden chalice of creation. And so that you can harness the power from within your womb at any point to create any sort of desired outcome. So, of course, how can we benefit from that, right? That's great information, but what can we do practically with it? So the chalice of creation, we're going to kind of go back to your golden chalice, the chalice of creation with the womb. This is a technique that some people use for manifesting. However, I find it's much more personal than that. This is about harnessing the own energetic systems within your body. Now, of course, you can call on any, let's say, deity, so to speak, or energetic force that is of love to help you with this, whether it's God, Goddess, Mother Earth. It is up to you, right? Or the universe, right? Just harnessing the power of the all-loving universe. And so the womb of creation, which is another phrase that somehow sometimes that this is called, you'll hear it and see it spoke about it in various forms of this wording throughout media, is to allow yourself really the time and the space to breathe in. Yes, you hear about things such as instant manifestation. It happens. It can even happen when utilizing the chalice. However, if you think about the actual process of a fetus before it's born, it takes 9 months. There's a lot of growing and nurturing that needs done. So this process is akin to that. So take some of your deepest desires, whether it is husband, spouse in general, more money, more clients in your business, the perfect place to live. Breathe this all in, coming up in through your womb space in that golden chalice, right? I often work with Mother Earth and her powerful energy, breathing up in through the womb space. You can even do so now simply by closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and breathing that energy of God or Goddess Mother Earth into your womb space, and allowing your heart to state your desire, whether that is, I desire another 20K in business this month. I desire another 5 new bookings today. Allow your heart to fill with love and gratitude as you breathe this in, as you put this into your golden chalice. And here's the thing, just like a fetus, you go about your day then. You allow yourself to check in from time to time, breathing in more energy, feeling the swirl of creation happening as you open your heart again with that love and that gratitude to allow in the receiving of this desire that you're creating. You don't need to poke at it throughout the day. You don't need to constantly be checking in on it. You don't need to be constantly worried or wondering where this desire is. You tune back into the womb, that golden chalice of creation, breathing in more energy from your loving source and allowing it to create on its own. Because your body is programmed by the universe to create decadently on its own the first time. Sending you all so much love.
That's interesting. I think I'm learning something new every single day on this show. So I'm going to go to my next guest. Last week, we heard Rachel speak about healing the inner child. Let's hear from Rachel what she has to share with us today. So, Rachel, once again, you're welcome to EveryWoman TV. What is the topic of today? Let's hear from you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rachel Farnsworth from Wellness with Rachel. And so many people are suffering with anxiety at the moment with everything that's going on. And I'm just want to talk to you about that today, about anxiety. If that's something that you've been suffering with a long time, it is easy to overcome because there's emotional pain lying behind the anxiety. It's your mind reminding you that it's not safe. Life's not safe at some level. So there's something that's gone on in your past that made you believe that, and it's still showing up. So because what you present to your mind presents back to you about not being safe. That's what happened. Because so when you go back to that root cause and analyze the emotional pain behind the anxiety, those events that's happened to you that made you believe that life wasn't safe. Now, it might be that you remember what that was, or you may not. It depends what that event was, really, whether it was like significant trauma that was it's still in your mind, or whether it was something at school that made you believe it. It's kind of that kind of thing. But when you can get back to the root cause and your mind knows what that's all about, and together we can find out what that root cause is. It's not your job to do that. It's mine to take you back to that root cause of where it all began. But what you can do is help yourself by knowing that your mind doesn't care what you say to it, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whether it's true or false, fact, fiction, healthy, unhealthy, right or wrong. It just believes. If you tell yourself you can't do something and you keep going on about, oh, I can't do that because, or it's not safe, just be conscious of what you're telling yourself and change those words. Tell yourself you've got amazing coping skills, that you can do anything you put your mind to, that you've got every ability you need, that you can trust yourself. That's a big one as well. That you can, and so by changing those words and by doing it over and over, because your mind learns by repetition. So keep telling yourself, I've got amazing coping skills. I can do anything I put my mind to. I'm calm and I'm confident. I'm in control. All those things, just keep telling yourself that, because your mind learns by repetition, and it's believed all the words that you've told yourself so far that maybe weren't as helpful as you could have said. So when you're consciously changing those words, you're able to change your thought pattern, and by changing your thought pattern, you start changing your reality. So today I just thought I'd give you a quick demonstration about how you can help yourself right now to release some emotions that you probably don't want to hold on to. So I thought today would be a really good day to look at releasing anxiety, trauma, and the primal fear. So just going to give you 3 little demonstrations. It won't take long, and then you can try it for yourself, and it's a tip and technique that you can use moving forward in your life as well. So it's using the body's acupuncture pressure points so that you can release it quickly. You don't need to know where the root cause is necessarily. So I just want you to use your 2 fingers, middle and index finger on both hands, and just pop them underneath your eyebrows just there. This is for releasing trauma. So I want you to just breathe in, and as you breathe in into your stomach, you can just acknowledge trauma. You might want to give it a colour or shape, and just breathe it away in 2 breaths. So just take a deep breath in, acknowledging trauma and releasing it. And just do that 3 or 4 times. And then anxiety is just under your eyebrows, under your eyes, I mean. So an anxiety, we all know, is in our stomach. So it's just breathing into your stomach, acknowledging anxiety, and releasing it in 2 breaths. So breathing in, just acknowledge anxiety. You don't need to hold on to that anymore. And just releasing that in 2 breaths. And just keep going until you feel that really long breath. Feel like you can breathe out for a long time. That's when you know you've done enough for now. And then primal fear is on our collarbone. That's where you release it. And that sits on our kidneys. So if you've got any issues with kidneys, it's probably to do with that primal fear. So just pop your fingers on your collarbone, breathe in, acknowledge that primal fear, and release. Just in 2 breaths again. It's far more powerful than 1. So just breathing in, acknowledge it, and release. Breathe in, acknowledge, release. And now you've released all that old stuff, you can put some new positive things in by tapping on the side of your hand. So using the right hand onto your left side of your hand, and just tap some really positive things in, whatever you want, whatever resonates with you. But you could say things like, I'm calm, I'm confident, I'm in control, I've got amazing coping skills, that I can do anything I put my mind to. And by tapping it in, you're reinforcing that new belief, which is much better than holding on to all the anxiety, trauma and fear. So I really hope that helps. And if you want any further help, then please log on to my website, wellnesswithrachel.co.uk. There's some ebooks there that you can download which help you manage anxiety. There's a calming meditation recording on there as well. And you can book a 30-minute call with me as well if you want to, which would be great to hear from you. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye for now.
Sheila today will be talking about the impact of music on our brain and perhaps the connection between that and our sleep patterns. Welcome to EveryWoman TV, Sheila.
Welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. I am presenting the first part of a 2-part series about music and sleep and the impact that music can have on our ability to sleep well. So to begin with, to state the rather obvious that sleep plays an important role in maintaining our physical and mental health and is also critical for general well-being. However, Sleep disturbances are highly common in our modern world, with increased prevalence of the problem once we get older, as well as among people who are at risk of or suffering from some kind of psychiatric disorder. The use of using medication to enhance sleep is problematic because its effectiveness diminishes with time. You need more and more drugs to be able to have an effect, and of course may lead to addiction. So as a result, researchers are now trying to evaluate the effectiveness of non-pharmacological or non-drug methods to be able to support healthy sleep. Music is one of those mediums that they're investigating because music can impact our physical, psychological, and emotional states. And there are a number of anecdotal reports about the success of using music to help us sleep. However, the underlying reasons as to why music does this remains unclear. What they found is that listening to music is a widely used tool to promote and improve sleep. And in an online survey in a general population, 62% of 651 respondents to this research, or some 403 people, stated that they used music at least once to help them sleep. In another survey of over 500 patients with sleep disorders, over 50% of the patients reported that music helped them to improve the subjective sleep quality in insomnia patients. So similarly, sedative music while resting could effectively improve sleep in patients with sleep complaints of various kinds. There is a growing body of evidence of successful music interventions in clinical populations, which indicate that there's some therapeutic value for certain people who are dealing with transient insomnia due to life circumstances of bereavement, money worries, problems at work or at home, etc. However, it is important to note that not all the research has shown music to be an effective sleep aid. And in fact, some research that was published in the Journal of Psychological Science declared that if you listen to music before bedtime, your brain will continue to process that music during your sleep. And a sleep lab study found that about 1/4 of participants who listened to familiar songs before sleeping woke up during the night with that melody playing like Groundhog Day inside their heads. It gets stuck. And this spontaneous replaying of music in the head, which is called an earworm, was associated with lower sleep quality. So listening to the music actually had the opposite effect. But I'm sure we have all experienced at one time or another that a certain song or melody or something that gets stuck in your head, usually when you're awake, but it can also happen when you're asleep. The authors of this study noted that someone is more likely to experience these earworms or involuntary musical imagery after listening to music with a fast tempo and specific types of melodies. Young people are particularly subject to this because they're listening to music more than ever, and the music industry is dominated by these upbeat songs with driving rhythms that are meant to be catchy. So they are meant to get stuck in your head. Which isn't very good if you're actually trying to get some sleep. So that was just a little introduction as to how music, or if music has an impact on our sleep quality. In the part 2 in this series, we'll look at music specifically, what type, the tempo, etc., that can encourage better sleep. So there you have it. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and start to the week. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
So this has brought us to the end of today's show. I want to thank my 3 guests, Sheila, Amanda, and Rachel Claire Fansworth, once again for presenting on this show. You too can do the same if you're a woman who runs your own business and you need more visibility for your business. You need to showcase your business, your services and products to the rest of the world, to a global audience. In addition to everything else that you're doing already to promote your business, we are right here for you to give you that extra hand and showcase you to the rest of the world. All you have to do is go to my website and sign up at myeverywoman.tv.com. I am waiting and looking forward to hear from you. Once again, I would like to thank you, the viewers, for being with us on this show, for watching the program. I want to thank you for watching Every Woman TV on Sky Television. Until next week, it's goodbye from me.